So why did I do it? Why did I walk 20 miles in one day? That's the first question everybody asks me. Why'd you do it? Why not? No, for real though, that's the first question that everybody asks me. And honestly, sometimes I don't know how to put it, but the best way I could put it to you is to build mental and physical toughness. Because truly, I believe that we're not challenging ourselves enough. And this idea also got inspired by one of my heroes. His name is David Goggins. If you haven't heard of him, please go look him up. He's a very, very inspirational person, very driven, and just has a different type of thinking. It's crazy. He's unbelievable. Here's an example of what he's done. Just two things. I'll name two things of what he's done. First of all, he's in the Navy SEAL and he's broken records that no one has ever broken in history. And then he went into like running. He went into ultra marathons and he's ran a distance of 205 miles in 39 hours straight without stopping. That's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, the real reason why I did this was to, as he likes to put it, callous the mind. The more you push the mind mentally and physically, the more ready it is for everything else that will be thrown at you. So that's the real reason why I did it, to really callous the mind and experiment with something new, something different, something outside of the box. I'm not just sitting at home, or I'm not just doing the same routine every day. I'm trying something different to push myself and grow. I'm all about growth and development. So I really, really wanted to do this. And I'm really glad I did it. But let me share with you a little bit about how the journey went. That day was really cold. It was like low 30s, high 20s. It was windy and there was no sun out whatsoever. I started from my house in Canton, Michigan and walked to the city of Commerce. If you guys are from Michigan, you know how long that really is. Walking from Canton to Commerce. If you ever made that drive, when you make it, next time, imagine you walking that distance. So anyways, I started from my house in Canton and I got to mile 1, felt pretty good. Got to mile 2, felt a little tired. I don't usually walk a distance of 2 miles either. So I felt pretty tired. I took a rest at a little hotel. When I got to about mile 5, I was pretty tired. And that's at mile 5. And then I kept going. When I got to mile 10, my legs were destroyed. Like I'm telling you, they were destroyed. The fact that I made it from 10 to 20 is where the real challenge was. I don't know how I did it, but that's where the real challenge was, mentally and physically. When I did get to mile 10, I had to wrap my legs. I had these like medical wraps or whatever. So I put those on my legs. I think that the toughest part was right on the knees. The knees took the most amount of beating. So that was the toughest part for me, especially the back of the knee. That part was killing me because there's about 45,000 steps. So I was already over like 20,000 steps halfway. So yeah, the knees was definitely the hardest part. Food and water, I had some on me, not a lot, but I made sure I had some carbs and some sugars and so on like that. Water, of course. 18 to 20 was very difficult. Very, very difficult. The degree of difficulty probably went up by 5 because there was a lot of uphill at that point. And I've already done all this. So there was a lot of uphill. I remember it was so cold. My feet were frozen. My toes were frozen. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get frostbite or whatever, but I just don't care at this point. When I got to about 19 and a half, I knew I was almost done. So the adrenaline was running. It was an amazing feeling. When I finally hit 20, all the pain washed away. As soon as I saw that 20 on my watch, the pain just washed away. It was crazy. For a few minutes at least, not for the whole day because the next few days was rough. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But the pain washed away. I never thought that could be possible. Basically, you set a goal, something extreme. And then for miles and miles and miles on end, when you're visualizing your watch hitting that 20-mile mark, you never expect for your brain to feel like that. That was really cool. It was like a magic moment for me. So the pain went away, felt amazing, felt very accomplished. I'm so glad I did it. The next few days was really rough. That day was really hard to walk. I pretty much had to ice my knees. I was on a walker. It was hard to sit, stand, whatever. It was just painful. And I had, how they have a runner's high? I pretty much had a walker's high, if you will, for about a day and a half. And I felt weird and just felt like I was going to throw up and so on. So I think my body was in shock at that point. The next day was tough. Next 2-3 days was really tough. Like I said, my knees were killing me. I had to put icy hot and so on and so forth. But eventually, it got better. Now they're feeling good. Now I'm stretching, spending about hour stretching every day. So yeah, now I feel good. But if there's one thing I can take from that is I've never put myself in that type of position, but I'm really glad I did because I came out of it 10 times tougher, mentally and physically. I just never thought I could do that. And the fact that I did it, now I can check it off my list and add it to my resume and be like, I did. I walked 20 miles in 8.5 hours, burned 2,400 calories, and got over about, 45 plus thousand steps in 8.5 hours. And sometimes people do that in a week. If there's one thing I could tell you guys about it, if you are looking to try something out of the box, pick it and just run with it. I said it in the vlog too. And if you guys haven't seen that, please go check it out. But I said it there too, just pick it and run with it. The more time you spend thinking about it, the more you're gonna talk yourself out of it. Trust me. So give it like a day or two, just decide something and do it. Make sure you do it in a safe way, but I promise you this, it'll help you grow tenfold. So there it is. That's the reason why I walked 20 miles, to really callous the mind. And I'll tell you this though, every single thing after that day has been just, I can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle it. It's totally fine. No big deal. I can handle it. I did that. I can do this. I can say kind of try this at home, but don't do it in an unsafe way. So please be careful. And physical health is a really big part of mental health. So it's very important that you work out, eat healthy, take care of yourself. And yeah, you can even challenge yourself like doing things like this that push you to your limits because you are getting physically active. You are mentally challenging yourself and physically challenging yourself. So that's very important. And for your own you, we talk about mental health, we talk about physical health, spiritual and emotional health, all these things that align you as a person. That's why I did it. And that's why I want to put it on the channel so I can showcase to you guys how much the physical aspect of that helped me mentally. And how it ties to your own you is I didn't listen to anybody when I told them I was doing the walk. Like they're like, oh, don't do it, this and that. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do in a way that I know would help me grow. And I wanted to be different than everyone else. Like I said, I know we sit there on a daily basis and go through the same routines and we don't push ourselves to the limit or think outside the box. So that's me. That's just what I wanted to do. And the channel is Be Your Own You. So that's what I wanted to do. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell as well. So when we release the new videos, you guys get notified. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Keep your head up, stay positive, and of course, most importantly, be your own you. Take care.